even though the rifle could be spotless, it didn't look as clean. And that became noticeable. Well, it was well known in the army. If you had a rifle with nice woodwork, you know, that was half the battle as far as a clean rifle was concerned, because the officer inspecting just looked at it and he got the impression right away that the rifle was clean before he went too far into it. Whereas a rifle with dirty woodwork, blokes used to often get pulled up because the rifle itself looks scruffy, you see what I mean? Well, this barmy bugger, under those conditions, was looking for a rifle with better woodwork than the one he got. And that's what I say, you just can't believe these bloody idiots. So anyway, I got him away and we buggered off back down the hill. Anyway, not long afterwards, not very far away from that last hill, from Marajura, there was a village called Bizwima that we attacked and took from the Japanese. And after we took the village, we dug in on the outside of the village, around the village. You never dug in inside the village, because of course they'd shell you, you know. They didn't know quite where you were on the outside but when you dug in. So, well, at least we didn't think so. As I say, we got ourselves dug in, and the mortar bombs started landing. And I knew they were Japanese because they were too bloody close for one thing. And George was wandering around in the open. And I shouted to him to get under cover. And he said, "What the bloody hell's up with you?" He said, "They're our own trench mortars." Well, that often happened, you see. If the Japanese were advancing, our own artillery or mortars would land shells or bombs just in front of them, which in that case wouldn't be very far from where we were, you know. I mean, sometimes if you're advancing, your own artillery would fire shells to land about 50 yards in front, to keep the bloody enemy's heads down while you got up and advanced a bit further. But that wasn't the case here, and common bloody sense told me it wasn't the case, because in the first place we knew of no attack, and in the second they were too bloody close. So anyway, as I say, I shouted to George, and you wouldn't believe he was walking around there as though he was on a bloody Sunday afternoon stroll. And another fella, I didn't notice at first, another fella shouted to him, "Hey George, you've been hit, you silly bugger." And I thought that this fellow bloke was shouting that to get him to take cover. But when I looked again, I saw the blood trickling down from his groin. I could see it on his, we used to wear a green drill battle dress, and you could see the blood running down his thigh from his groin. And so I backed the other bloke up then, you see, and I shouted, "Hi George," I said, "you silly sod, you've been hit." I said, "You get to the regimental aid post, you know." So he looked down, and then he was convinced, but there was no sign of flap or panic or anything like that. He just looked down and he saw the blood, and he said, "Oh God, so I have like..." And he said, "Where's the aid post?" So I pointed in the direction of the regimental aid post, and he was still walking, and he walked over in that direction, and he'd no sooner arrived than the bloody aid post was plastered. The Japanese plastered it with mortar bombs, and he got another packet then in his knees. Well, the last time I saw him then was after the battle was over, after Kohima. I got a fortnight's leave, and I was returning from this leave, and I was stood on the station in Calcutta, and who should come walking towards me but George with all his bloody gear. And I said, "Hi George, where are you off?" He said, "I'm going home." He said, "I've got my discharge." And I thought, thank Christ for that. But he wouldn't believe it, the next time I saw Glover was at home in Salford, in a shop on Low Broughton Road. I walked into the shop, and it was what they used to call a penny bazaar, and he was picking a pair of socks, and he just looked up and he he said to me, "Oh, hello, Pat," as though he'd only seen me the day before, just to give you an idea what sort of fellow he was. Incidentally, he died a couple of years ago, George. And the other fellow I was telling you about, John Murray, died about 10 or 11 years ago. Most of them are gone now. Anyway, getting towards the end of this half of the tape, and I can see now it's I could talk all bloody day, I could fill 1,000 tapes, but I'll not start. I'll tell you more on the next side, but just for now, I'll not do any correcting. I'll just leave this as it is, and we'll see how it turns out on paper, and then we can you can do a lot if you're typing it out, because when I'm saying certain things, if I've already repeated myself, of course you can miss it out, We'll just see how we go. I've never tried this before. I've done a lot of writing. I've jotted things down, and I've not so far had to resort to any notes, because I remember it that well. But I have got notes, and I've got books on the subject as well, so that if ever I'm doubtful about what came before what, for instance, I can always I've always got the information here written, published, I can check on dates and all that sort of thing. So I think for now, this is the initial attempt. I should just carry on and see how we go, because there's nothing lost. It's just a tape or two.